Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and yeah, I know, nobody wants to hear this, but we do have some good news at the end though, so don't worry, it's not all doom and gloom. So Creative Assembly have just released a bit of a press update regarding Warhammer 3. Creators such as myself have been provided this in advance so we can prepare some videos, and yeah, we're going to talk about it. It's a release window update which goes as follows. With nearly a decade of development on the Total War Warhammer trilogy behind us, it feels surreal to see its culminating chapter so close to release. While it's tempting to rush to the finish line as it comes into view, we have to make the decision to give it a little bit more time by moving the launch of Total War Warhammer 3 from 2021 to early 2022. The wait won't be much longer and we'll have plenty of new information for you in the meantime. The new date will make for a stronger release and the best first step into a new era for Total War Warhammer. We don't consider this release the end of our trilogy, but the start of years of content and support we continue to bring the jaw-dropping scale of Games Workshop's fantasy universe to Total War. Thanks for your patience and support, and obviously this is from the Chief Product Officer. Okay, so let's talk about this. Yeah, it's getting a delay into early 22, and we're still not being told what release date that is. I guess that's because there's still a bit of time for 2021, and they probably want to wait before giving a concrete release date. Yeah, this is disappointing. Trust me, I'm disappointed too, as, yeah, no news like this for a while, and then this is the first set of news? Yeah, it's not great, but I guess I do sympathize with one thing that they say here, the whole, it's tempting to rush to the finish line as it comes into view, but they don't want to do that. Yeah, they don't want to jump into a crunch, which we know does burn out a lot of developers, so at least they're keeping that in mind. Let's be honest, we see a lot of companies do this whole crunch factor. This happens a lot with CG Projekt Red, and it's still crap, right? Like the games still come out and they have a lot of issues and all that stuff. So I'd rather a delay and a better release than no delay at all and just having an absolute shit show. My main concern is I don't want another Rome 2 launch because that is terrifying and it will be very bad for Warhammer and very bad for Total War in general. So I sympathize with that. I know it's not been easy for what they're doing and they're trying their best. It still would have been better if there was a bit more clarity. Like one of those old blogs they used to do, the what the teams are working on, that would have been absolutely fantastic and I think it would have been better received because I imagine some of you guys might be a bit mad, though some of you guys might understand because let's be honest, there has been a bit of an issue going around the world, that being said lightly, which has been slowing down development of a lot of things, not just Total War. Other development companies have already been announcing delays for their products. This has also hit the tabletop Warhammer as, yeah, there's been a lot of delays on 40k and Age of Sigmar stuff, but I guess at least Creative Assembly are trying to keep a level head here. I don't know, we're gonna have to wait and see. It's not all doom and gloom, however, as we have been told something which we were provided early once again, that Total War Warhammer 3 will now be released early 2022. This is actually on their social media post, and they say here, we know this is disappointing, but the extra time means that we can accomplish more than we could if we rush to release this year. All normal there, right? We won't be staying quiet, however. Join us tomorrow for the global reveal of Grand Cathay. I can now confirm to you that tomorrow I will be dropping a video at the same time as they do, same as pretty much every other content creator. So it's not all doom and gloom, it means that we can start with Grand Cathay very, very soon. Just 24 hours to go, more or less, and that's going to be great. At least we can start moving on to something else and wait and see how everything else goes. I'm trying not to sound too negative. I know some of my peers are actually a little bit pissed off and so on. And you know what? That's understandable. We've been waiting for a while. Warhammer 3 was announced in February of this year. And we are, what, mid-September now? We were expecting this to release, what, around November, more or less? I'm trying to be realistic. That was probably their ideal date. But with this happening, at least news is coming out, which means that stuff can stay moving ahead quite decently, or at least I very much hope so, because it's kind of disappointing to know that it's being delayed now, as we still don't have a date, though I do imagine that with early 2022, they mean between January and March. Most of us, like myself and Sotek, were thinking February. I know some people were mentioning March when they were hypothesizing, and I can't stress enough that that, in my part at the very least, was pure speculation. I was only told about the delay very recently, and you know what? I can't be mad. I honestly can't. I am disappointed, don't get me wrong. I really want to see some other stuff. We've had a decent amount of time with Korn and Kislev, and I'm expecting a decent amount of time with Cathay at the very least, though they did promise a decent amount of stuff prior to the last news break where we were told what Cathay, the pre-order incentive, and the Siege rework stuff. So that's at least some stuff to look forward to, which I was always wondering why they were going to fit all that in September. I guess this was always the plan or something? Now, I'm going to be very, very honest with you guys. Personally, I'm okay with a delay as long as news stays steady and we don't have any more random breaks. No disrespect to the developers behind Rome Total War Remastered or even the Troy DLC, but the idea of a big hype up was supposed to keep constant, and there were 2 breaks which kind of threw everyone out of whack. Again, no disrespect to them whatsoever. I enjoyed Rome Remastered for the nostalgia trip that it was, and Troy's DLC can be quite fun, so I'm not really complaining, but you know, it's a bit of a buzzkill for Warhammer fans. The majority of the people who follow my channel are Warhammer fans over anything else, so obviously I'm thinking about you guys too. It's been a bit of a lull between releases, and let's be honest, we really haven't had any good or outstandingly good Warhammer games released in the interim. Sure, we had the Stormground one, which was pretty okay, but then we had issues with all the others, and yeah, you know, it kind of sucks to be a Warhammer fan at the moment. I honestly very much doubt that Creative Assembly will try throw something else in our path, though it would be nice if this ends up being into a delay until February or March to have a FLC Legendary Lord maybe released for Warhammer 2. That would be kind of nice. I mean, well, you know, Sotek and I still think that we're going to be due a vampire, as it kind of fits with the idea. I don't know, it could just be the case of that. Like I said, as long as news keeps steady, I don't think it would be too much of a problem. Tomorrow we'll start off with Grand Cathay, and hopefully that's everything that you guys have been waiting for. It won't be long now, so yeah. That's pretty much it. That's all we can talk about. I do apologize for, well, sounding a bit defeated, but yeah, it's just one of those days. Though I'm still keeping hopeful, and I trust that Creative Assembly are making the right choice here. Let's just hope that everything goes according to plan and everything is released at this time. And again, that news keeps constant. I can't keep stressing this enough. I know some people in Creative Assembly watch my videos, and I'm just saying this as a fan. I'm not trying to sound self-entitled, but a lot of us are just dying to see the other factions. But let's not make this all doom and gloom, as it sounds depressing enough. What are you guys hoping for the Cathay reveal tomorrow? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below and let's start a bit of discussion. I'm rather curious to see what you guys have envisioned for this faction before it eventually gets released. But with that, my friends, we've come to the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, might I suggest giving the video a like, or even subscribing to the channel, as it really does help us out. In the description section below are various links to different social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and Discord. Also in the description section is an affiliate link with Element Games where you could buy loads of hobby-based products, not just Warhammer, for 10 to 25% off. Making a purchase using that link and also our special code, which is also in the description, supports the channel at no extra cost to you, which we think is rather cool. A big thank you to our patrons. Your support means the world to us. It's amazing that people want to help a small channel like us grow and get to a higher level of content. A big thank you to Gibraltar LUSC, Ryan Bertsche, Andrew Prince, and Okro for subscribing to us at our Fane level. You guys are super cool. And a big thank you to Edward Yule, VS Vasan, Aaron Whitman, and Shaggy for subscribing to us at our King level. Honestly, we can't thank you all enough. And lastly, a big thank you to all of you for liking, sharing, and commenting on these videos. Honestly, it's because of you guys that the channel's been growing at such a great pace lately, so we can't thank you all enough. But with that, my friends, thank you so much for watching once again, and we shall see you all again very, very soon. Have a good day.